All right, some serious new questions of the Obama administration's latest assessment about the security situation in Benghazi in the days leading to that deadly attack on our consulate. First, here's Vice President Joe Biden raising a few eyebrows during Thursday night's debate when he said, "We weren't told." Take a listen.
We weren't told they wanted more security again. We did not know they wanted more security again. And by the way, at the time, we were told exactly, we said exactly what the intelligence community told us that they knew. That was the assessment. And as the intelligence community changed their view, we made it clear they changed their view. That's why I said we will get to the bottom of this.
We didn't know, we weren't told. Well, the vice president also trying to lay some of the blame on the intelligence community. But the former head of the U.S. security team in Libya told a congressional committee security gaps in Benghazi should have been obvious to everyone.
The security in Benghazi was a struggle and remained a struggle throughout my time there. The situation remained uncertain, and reports from some Libyans indicated it was getting worse. Diplomatic security remained weak. In April, there was only one U.S. diplomatic security agent stationed there. The RSO struggled to obtain additional personnel, but was never able to attain the numbers he felt comfortable with.
So how does this at all change the course of the investigation? Well, Congressman Blake Farenthold of Texas joins us. He's a member of the Homeland Security Committee and the House Committee on Oversight and Government Reforms, currently conducting that investigation into the attack on our consulate. And Congressman, thanks for being with us. Biden's statement would seem to contradict the sworn testimony before your committee. In your judgment, was Biden being dishonest during the debate, or were he and the president utterly uninformed? And if that's it, what does that say about their competence?
Well, I'll tell you, neither one of them are a good answer. But you also look at the remainder of the debate, and there's a point in there Biden blamed it on the budget. One of the specific questions I asked in that hearing was it a budget consideration? And the State Department said no. So it wasn't the budget. They should have known about it, or didn't tell us the truth.
He probably didn't bother to watch the committee in which Charlene Lamb said no. Budget cuts had nothing whatsoever to do with it. Well, look, Congressman, your committee...
I don't understand this, though.
Yeah, well...
My problem is that they need to know and they need to be aware of this. That is part of their job.
Your committee...
As an American ambassador, first one killed.
Well, I want to ask you about that because, you know, again, we just heard that soundbite. It should have been obvious to everybody. Your committee, in fact, learned that there were 230 documented security incidents in Libya in the year leading up to the terrorist murders. I mean, how could the White House not know of the obvious danger, or is it perhaps a function of the president skipping his in-person daily intelligence briefings?
Again, I think he should have known there are multiple cables that came in from Benghazi begging for more help. I think it could be a political motivation. Maybe they didn't want too much security on the ground. They didn't want a show of strength. You know, historically, Marines have been guarding these embassies. And here we go with, contract employees who actually told the native contract employees, reported back that their friends were telling them to quit their job because there was an attack imminent.
If Biden is claiming that he and the president just didn't know, I mean, is this their effort to say, hey, we're not responsible here, put the blame on Hillary Clinton?
Well, I'll tell you, they're good at the blame game in the White House, that's for sure.
Well, for 8 days, the Obama administration blamed the murders on the notorious YouTube videotape and an angry mob. The Associated Press has learned something very interesting from a State Department official that said, quote, "That was not our conclusion." Do you suspect that the president and the White House knew the truth all along, yet deliberately sought to deceive you in Congress and maybe the American people?
That's the most logical conclusion that I can draw. Again, you don't forget how serious this is. First U.S. ambassador killed since 1979. That was the Jimmy Carter administration. The president has got failed policies in the Middle East, and I don't think is paying attention. He's too busy out going to campaign events and appearing on The View than to deal with important international affairs.
Columnist Roy Murdoch in the New York Post today described the situation this way, and we'll put it up on the screen. The same government that apparently leaks secrets to make the president look tough evidently oozed falsehoods to keep him from looking weak. In short, people died, Obama lied. Is that too harsh an assessment or a fair one?
I'm not going to argue with it. I wish I'd thought of it.
You think the president lied?
Again, it's either he did not give us all the facts or he was grossly ill-informed, neither of which is acceptable from the President of the United States.
Is grossly ill-informed incompetent?
Another word for basically the same thing.
Obama Deputy Campaign Manager Stephanie Cutter said that the only reason that these Benghazi attacks are a political topic right now is because Romney and Ryan made it so. Does that seem to you that she is saying that the lives of these 4 brave Americans is not important?
I hear that, and I also hear that, well, it wouldn't be an issue if we hadn't gotten caught.
What more do you, on your committee that's investigating this whole affair, what more do you want to know?
My number one concern is, are there any other embassies or U.S. diplomatic officials out there that are in a dangerous position that we are not providing all necessary protection for? You know, it's a tragedy that we have lost these lives, but it would be even worse if this list of 4 grew to a list of 8 or more.
Congressman Blake Farenthold, on the committee that's investigating this, thank you for taking the time. Appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Very sobering response.